Let's just go. What up, my quarantine peoples? Welcome back to another video. I'm here. My name is Xavior Spade, if you didn't know. And I've decided to stop feeling sorry for myself and to just make some videos and try to keep my head up and give you guys stuff to enjoy and work on. So you saw the little video in the beginning. So some people call it the snap change, some people call it Shapeshifter. And actually, one of my friends, Sebastian 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗡 from Florida, actually wrote a book on his handling of the shake change. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I filmed this thing a bunch of years ago to try to release it, and then things kind of fell through. His technique is beautiful. So if you want to learn more about how he uses the shake change and stuff like that, it's called Shaken Not Stirred by Sebastian 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗡. He's a good friend of mine. He's a great guy, and I'll leave the link below to where you can get this book. But right now, we're gonna get into the basic handling of the snap shape change. So let's just get into it right now. Okay, let's get into the shake change. So like I said, this was written up in Tricks of My Trade by 𝗙𝗥𝗢𝗠, so you can check that out. And you can check out Penumbra and any of the other places where you see Mark D'Souza's name, because this is his. And Mark D'Souza is an amazing guy who lives out in Pennsylvania. And he hosts lectures at his home theater, which is amazing. And he was nice enough to let me do one there. It had a lot of fun. Check him out. So, what Shapeshifter actually is you're taking a double that's back to back and you're flipping it over. But you're doing it from the corners and it spins. The original way it was written up was basically like this, which is why it's called Shapeshifter. Some people have adapted it with a shake. You'll see people do that. My friend Sebastian 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗡, who wrote this book, Shaken Not Stirred, has some amazing thoughts on the shake change. Also, 𝐏𝐻𝐒 has a version of the shake change as well, or Shapeshifter as well, that's done up above and looks really nice. So all different places for you to check that out, but we're just going to go over the basic handling and a few things you can do with it. The first thing you're going to need is a break on the top card and another card that you're going to put above it. You're going to pick up the double. If you're a righty like me, the deck is in the left hand, you're going to pick up the double with the right hand, like this, right by the pips, and that leaves this hand free. And what you're going to do is with the middle finger and thumb of your opposite hand, you're going to kind of flex the non-pip edges like this. And essentially you're just going to let go of one side, right? Like that. Now I'm stopping it because I'm not doing it the way I should. But basically what's going to happen is once you let go and it comes off the middle finger, it's just going to pivot. So you have to let go just enough, just the right pressure to let it spin around. You also have to get it far away enough from the deck so that it doesn't hit the deck like it's doing right now for me. Get your double, pivot it out, and it spins around, okay? Just like that. So in slow motion, I wish I had my slow-mo camera set up. What's happening is, you're flexing down, okay? Then you're kind of letting it flip off of the middle finger first, and it pivots around and then stops. And that's, I guess, why they call it Shapeshifter. So that's it. So that's the basic handling. Just do that a few times. Just get a double, and practice doing that until it just happens automatically. You know, you have to play with the pressure for a little bit at first. You have to make sure it's not hitting the deck or any extra fingers. And other than that, it'll be super consistent, which is what you want. Right? So look at that, bang, bang. Now, once you've done that, now you can do some other things. So if you take out, let's say, the 4 and then the 4 aces, you can do this with multiple cards. You can do it with 2, 3, I think 5 cards would be the max. So I have the 4 aces that are going to be face down, and I put the 4 on top, and this time I'm going to pick up all of them and immediately go into Shapeshifter, drop it, and then push off the 4 aces. And you can do this backwards as well. So you put the 4 aces back, you pick them up, squeeze, and now they turn into a 4. So you do that as well. Lots of different fun things you can play with that change, and just get used to it. Of course, if you're using more cards, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because of the thickness of the cards, but you can get used to it very easily as well. Now, you'll see some people, they'll take this and they'll shake it and they'll do all this stuff. You can do that. I think a lot of people, it just looks obvious to me. I used to do it. Don't get me wrong. I used to do it. I just don't really like it anymore. I think the original way is better, in my opinion. But that's about it. It's a super simple move. It's a little bit knacky, but once you get it, you'll have no trouble doing Shapeshifter. Like, bang, look at that, look at that. It actually looks cool on camera too. So check that out. Whoop, bang. That's about it. All right, so that is about it. Enjoy it, play with it. It looks good on camera, man. It's a nice funky move once you nail it. You can do it with multiple cards, which I think I went over. Just a little bit of a history on this move, because I think you should know the history of it. This move was originated by a friend of mine, actually, 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗙𝗢𝗎, and it was first mentioned that I know of in 𝗙𝗏𝗀's Tricks of My Trade, which was written by my other friend Paul Cummins. And on page 125 of this book, they briefly talk about the Shapeshifter change by 𝗦𝗧𝗨𝗙𝗎. Then it was written up again in Penumbra, Volume 2, on page 13. You can go check it out. And I think it was written up in more detail in there. But I think this is a great book to get. Tricks of My Trade. It's got a lot of good stuff. 𝗙𝗏𝗀 is a dope magician. He has great ideas, and this is a great book. So if you want to learn more about the shake change and some other stuff, you could look up 𝗙𝗏𝗀's book, you could look up Penumbra, and it's actually written up in a bunch of other places as well. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Larry the Fong from Cali. He sent me this dope shirt, super busy, which I am. So don't be bothering me. Thank you, Larry, for sending that out. I appreciate it. I'm probably going to be wearing this for the next week or so. Save on water. So comment below of how you'd like to use this change. I hope you enjoy it, and like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified. Go follow my Twitch, because I'm going to be twitching more often with some of my friends, and you can ask me stuff there and come hang out. And wash your hands so that you could survive until I see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all. Be safe out there.